The compass in the boy's hand belonged to a man everyone agreed was dead. Daniel Marsh looks up at 6 in the morning, and a child is standing in the ranger station doorway, soaked through, breathing hard, 11 miles of mountain trail behind him, and not one adult anywhere on the road that leads here. The boy holds out his hand. In his palm sits a battered brass compass, the leather strap worn through to thread. Daniel's chest goes tight before his mind even catches up. He has held this compass exactly once before, the day he signed the paperwork that ended a search. "This is my dad's," the boy says. "His name is Robert Carter." Daniel takes it. His hand is not steady. 2 years of dust come off the brass onto his fingers. The boy says he is 9, says his name is Eli, says he walked here alone because no one else believed him, and that his father told him to. "In a dream," Eli says, like it is the most ordinary sentence in the world. "Last night, he said, find the ranger station. He said, turn it over." Daniel does not move for a long moment. Then he turns the compass over in his palm. The door opens behind him. Tom Whitfield steps in, coffee in hand, mid-sentence about the weather, and stops completely when he sees what Daniel is holding. Tom's face changes in less than a second. Something old crosses it. Something Daniel has only seen once before, 11 years ago, on a different mountain, about a different missing person. On the back of the compass, scratched into the brass, not stamped, not factory made, are numbers, coordinates, carved by hand, the lines uneven, done by someone working slowly, working in pain. Daniel pulls the search map from the drawer where it has sat untouched for 2 years. He lays the compass beside it and traces the coordinates with one finger. The numbers land outside the search grid, outside it by nearly a mile, in a section of the map marked in red ink, impassable, not searched. Tom has gone completely still. The radio on Daniel's desk crackles. A voice, clipped, businesslike. Gerald Pierce, regional director for the logging company, holding the clearance permit for this section of forest. "Just confirming the schedule," Pierce says. 48 hours and we start clearing the ridge. Daniel looks at the coordinates, then at the red ink, then at Tom, who has not said a word, and is staring at the map like it just said his son's name out loud. A boy walked 11 miles alone to deliver a compass that was never supposed to be found, carrying coordinates scratched by hand into a section of the map marked impassable for 2 years. In 48 hours, that section of forest will be cleared, and the only man in this room who knows what's really up there hasn't said its name out loud in 11 years. Tom says the name out loud for the first time in 11 years. Hollow Ridge. His voice doesn't shake, but something behind it does. That's where the coordinates point. I know because I'm the one who marked it impassable. Daniel stares at him. 2 years he has trusted that red ink on the map. 2 years he never once asked who drew it or why. Tom tells it plainly, like a man finally setting down something heavy. 11 years ago, his son went missing on that ridge. No body, no trail, nothing. When Tom became search coordinator, he never sent a team there again. Not for Robert Carter, not for anyone. He told himself it was protocol. It was never protocol. It was a door he couldn't make himself open twice. The radio crackles before anyone can respond. Pierce again. But his voice has changed. A storm system is moving in faster than forecast. To keep equipment access while the road is still dry, the company is moving the blast up. Not 48 hours. Dawn. Tomorrow. Less than 18 hours from now. By midday, the three of them, Daniel, Tom, and Eli, who refused to be left behind, reach the base of Hollow Ridge. The trees here are older, closer together. The light dimmer even at noon. Tom stops at the tree line like it might bite him. Inside the first quarter mile, they find a shelter. A blue tarp, faded almost white, strung between 2 trunks. Rusted cans stacked with strange care, and a notebook, swollen with rain and dried again, over and over. Daniel opens it. The handwriting is shaky, but the dates are recent, weeks recent. Robert Carter has been alive, on this mountain, for 2 years. Eli doesn't say anything. He just holds the compass tighter. Then the sky changes. It happens fast, the kind of mountain storm that closes trails for days, not hours. Wind first, then the temperature drops. Then the first hard rain hits the canopy like static. Pierce calls one final time. The company isn't waiting out the storm. They're proceeding at first light regardless, while the access road is still passable. After tomorrow, it won't be. And no helicopter flies in this weather, not for 2 days, maybe 3. Tom looks up toward the ridge, toward wherever Robert Carter is right now, injured, 2 years surviving on nothing, somewhere above them in the dark. If he's in a cave up there, Tom says quietly, and they blast at dawn. He doesn't finish the sentence. He doesn't have to. Robert Carter has been alive on this mountain for 2 years, 11 miles from the station where his son just walked through the door. The blast that will seal Hollow Ridge forever is no longer in 48 hours. It's at dawn. A storm has cut off rescue by air, and the only way up is on foot, through the night, led by the one man who is... Tom stands at the edge of the tree line and does not move. 11 years. He has walked past this exact spot 100 times, on patrol, on other searches, on ordinary days, and never once let his boots cross this line. Eli walks up beside him, doesn't say anything about the storm, or the dark, or the 11 years. He just holds out the compass. He said, "Tell the other ranger," Eli says. "It's okay to come back now." Tom takes it. His hand closes around the brass the way a man closes his hand around something he thought he'd never hold again. He looks at the coordinates, carved by a man fighting to be found, in a place Tom marked unreachable to protect himself from his own grief. Then he steps across the line. The climb takes hours. Rain turns the trail to mud, then to rock, then to nothing at all. Just the 3 of them moving by headlamp through trees that have not seen a search team in over a decade. When Eli's legs finally give out, Daniel lifts him without a word and keeps walking. Near the top, the trees thin. Ahead, a dark opening in the rock face. A cave. Tom stops again. This is it. This is the spot. He has never stood here. Daniel doesn't push him forward. He just stands beside him, saying nothing. The way you stand beside someone at the edge of something they have to do alone. Tom takes the final steps by himself. Inside, a shape, wrapped in what's left of a sleeping bag, propped against the rock wall. Alive, thin, weak, one leg healed wrong from an old break, but breathing. Robert Carter looks up at the light and doesn't seem surprised. Like some part of him has been waiting exactly this long. The radio crackles one last time, static, then a voice. Daniel's message reaches the blast site with seconds to spare. The countdown stops, and the storm breaks. Light pours through the cave entrance. Real morning light, gold and warm. The first sunrise Hollow Ridge has seen, with people standing in it in 11 years. Eli runs past everyone. Robert reaches for his son first. Both arms, holding on like 2 years of waiting, collapses into one moment. Then, over Eli's shoulder, Robert looks up and sees the compass in Tom's hand. He reaches for that too. 3 weeks later, Robert sits on the porch of the ranger station, his leg in a brace, Eli beside him in the morning sun. Tom climbs the steps for the first time since taking this job. Carrying a small photo in his hand, he sits down across from them, and for the first time in 11 years, he says his son's name out loud. Daniel watches from the doorway. 2 reunions in the same morning light. Some mountains don't give people back until someone is brave enough to climb the part they were too afraid to